Hey guys, it's CloverTheClever, and today I'm going to do two things. The first thing I'm going to do is talk about each character in Defiance Unity and a little bit about their development or some fun facts about them. And then I'm going to do just a really quick how to pronounce each of their names. And if you just want to hear how to pronounce the names, then just skip to the last 10 seconds of this video. So first up we have our character Rani. Her name actually means warrior. And she was the very first character we developed. Her line art was actually the original art that we made for this series. And she is just really pretty, and we really liked her coloring and everything, so we decided to make her the lead for our mini-movie series. Next up, we have Shale, which is also a type of rock. Shale was the third character we developed, and our biggest concern for him was the armor and how we wanted to animate it and everything, but we knew we really wanted to keep his armor. So we actually used reference photos of actual dog armor to use for his design. Next we have Maple, which is also a leaf, a tree, and a syrup. Maple's design was a little bit challenging only because she was made after we designed Shale, and we wanted her to look similar because Shale and Maple are brother and sister. So Maple, we knew we wanted her to have multiple colors, so the spots, but we also knew she needed to look similar to Shale, so that was our hardest thing to do for Maple, but we eventually got there. Her coloring is very similar to Shale, and we tried to use a very similar body type for her and Shale. And yeah, I think they look like siblings, although you might not have known that until just now. Next we have Vortar. Vortar is an awesome character. I really love their design. They also were a really challenging character to do because I'm never done dragons that much before. I usually stick to cats and dogs and things like that. Vortar's name doesn't mean anything. They just have a really intimidating sounding name that we made up. Vortar has two forms. They've got a being form and they have a wisp form. The wisp form is kind of speckled and very floaty, kind of like a ghost, and their being form is a solid dragon. But we wanted to make sure that the dragon still had little hints of wispness to it. So yeah, that is Vortar. And then we've got Alpha Dust, who is our mentor figure in this story. Alpha Dust was kind of named because we wanted them to sound a little bit older, a little bit wiser, kind of dusty almost. And we wanted them to be the alpha of this pack that we're going to introduce in the story. And Alpha Dust is this really wise old character who gets to send the trio of mains on their way to do this really cool adventure. And Alpha Dust was actually one of the most challenging characters for me to design, only because I wanted to really make sure they looked powerful and strong, so I had to figure out a really nice stance for them, especially in the concept art, and I wanted to do a really fluffy tail and a really wolfy-like head, and I also wanted to do an alpha symbol somewhere on their body. And at first I was playing around with doing it actually as a fur color, an alpha symbol that is their fur. But then I decided on an armband because I thought that would represent a crown that a king might have. And Alpha Dust is really cool. And then we've got Teflon, everyone's lovable favorite villain. Their name doesn't mean anything, we made it up, a lot like Vortar's. And Teflon is a really goofy, crazy character. They were actually one of the very first character personalities that we came up with. And a fun fact about Teflon is that their design used to be a lot different. It was a very muscular, manly sort of build for Teflon when we didn't have him as crazy of a personality. And then we redesigned him a little bit after we kind of got this idea of a silly villain to combat with Vortar's really heavy villain Disney-esque persona. And so Teflon is a very goofy, fun character, and his idea was actually based off of Dragoneer's really goofy Teflon voice that I should actually show you. And that is Teflon, a very lovable and crazy being. Next we've got Mother. I don't have a lot to say about her. She only appears in one scene in this mini-movie, but she plays a very vital role. I can't tell you this role because that would be a major spoiler, but let's just say she gives incentive to start this whole entire journey to find unity. And then we've got Father. Father's design is very big and bulky because we wanted him to show very powerful genes that run in this family. And Father, again, we don't have a ton to say about him. He only appears in one scene, similar to Mother. His biggest personality trait is that he's very parenting and teaching when it comes to his family. And finally, we've got Jade, who is the younger sibling of Rani. We really wanted Jade's character to kind of be that younger, annoying, but still very sweet and lovable character. Jade is again only appearing in one scene, like Mother and Father, and we just really needed another member of the family. We didn't want just the parents and Rani. We really wanted a foursome, a nice, solid square. And that is it for character fun facts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was kind of a boring and short video today. We ran out of time and forgot we needed to create a weekly video still. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and now we will quickly do the how to pronounce each character's name. Morani, Shale, Shale, Maple, Vortar, Teflon, Alpha Dust, Father, Mother, Jade,